Hi everyone, I thought I would just do a really quick update. I plan to participate in the Reading Rush readathon that's happening next week, so I thought I would just share my TBR. And I do have a profile on the website, so if you want to be friends, I'll leave a link down below and you can come add me on there. I have about 7 books on my TBR, but if I'm being honest with myself, I'm probably only going to read like 3, but we're gonna try. The first book that I plan to read would satisfy 2 challenges. The first is to read a book with purple on the cover, and the second is to read a book with 5 words in the title. So the book that I plan to read is Call It What You Want by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the author of A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and I really enjoyed that earlier this year. The thing that I loved most about it was the characters, and so I figure if she wrote a contemporary, which contemporary is mainly character development, then I'm probably going to really like it. The story is about a boy whose father embezzled money from everybody in the town, and then it's about a girl who I believe is like a perfectionist, overachiever type. Her sister comes back from college pregnant, and so I guess it's about her family trying to deal with that and his family trying to deal with his problems, and then they come together to work on a calculus project, and that's all I know. I honestly don't know like what the main conflict is between them. I don't really know anything else, but that's what I do know about this. So again, purple, 5 words on the title, and I'm just also really excited to read another book by this author. 2 challenges that I plan to complete are to read in the same spot, which is going to be this chair right here, and to read an author's debut. And they didn't specify and say that had to be something that debuted this year, so I'm reading just an author's first book. And the book that I chose was Final Girls by Riley Sager. I really liked The Last Time I Lied by this author. I'm pretty sure I reviewed it. I think it's been a while, so I will link that video. But oh, that's what I did. I did the try a first chapter tag and then I read it and reviewed it. So I'll link those videos down below if you're interested. This one's about a woman who is like the lone survivor of a massacre, and then there's other women that were also the lone survivor of similar massacres, and so they are the final girls, and that's kind of all I know about it. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of serial killer that is trying to finish them off, but again, not 100% sure. I like to go into thrillers not really knowing anything, so sorry. Okay, then we have the challenge to read a book that you meant to read last year, and this one had been on everybody's TBR. It was all over Instagram, it was all over BookTube for people that review adult books, and I just never got around to it, and then I was in the library and I saw it, so I picked it up. And that is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. From the summary, it sounds like it's about domestic abuse, but I just feel like it would be so obvious. Like, why would you put something so obvious on the back cover? So I'm thinking maybe there's some sort of twist, like maybe it's the woman that's abusive, or maybe it's not what it seems. And then I read the first few pages, and the writing style really gripped me. Generally, I think thrillers are great for readathons. I don't know if this is technically a thriller, but I feel like it's going to be a page turner, and like I've said, I've seen good reviews. So for the challenge to read a book with a non-human main character, I couldn't think of anything, but Gabby from My Fictional World, that's her Instagram handle. I don't know if that's her YouTube, but I'll link her below because she's one of my favorite channels. I watched her TBR and like recommendation video for Reading Rush, and she was saying you could read the humans for the non-human character challenge, because technically the main character is an alien, and that just so happens to be my in real life book club's book for next month. I have to read it in a month, so I was like, I have to read it anyway, I might as well put on my TBR. But here's the deal. I looked at my library, I looked at my library's ebooks, it's checked out everywhere, so I put it on hold. I don't know if it's going to come in within a week. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through it, through all these books, to even be able to read it if it does come in, but I don't know if I want to buy it, because I looked at Barnes & Noble and Amazon and everything, and how do I say this without sounding like a douche? I don't like the cover. I'll put a picture here, but it's just a nose. That's all that's on there. So I don't know. I guess I could always buy the ebook, but we'll see. We will see. Essentially, I think it's this alien that comes to Earth and goes into a human body and is trying to like do something on some sort of mission, but then he gets attached to the person's family, whoever he inhabits. I don't know, it's just observing humans and maybe decides like we're not that bad. I'm assuming he's been sent to Earth to like destroy us or something. So yeah. For the book to movie adaptation, I actually had a hard time coming up with one for this because I wanted to find something that I hadn't read and hadn't watched yet, because there's a lot of movies that I've watched and I haven't read the book yet, but I was trying to find that one that I hadn't done either. I think I'm gonna go with Wonder. I forget who the author is, because I've just heard so many good things about this and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet, but that'll probably be like low on my priority list. Okay, so if I by some miracle finish all of those books, I got another book out of the library, and this looked more purple online, and when I got it out of the library I was like, this is actually more blue, so I don't know if this would even count as the purple on the cover. But Radio Silence by Alice Osman. So many people have been talking about this book and saying that they love it. This is about two characters. The guy runs a podcast anonymously, and the girl does the fan art for the podcast, just for fun. And then I guess they connect over the internet and start working together, and then I'm assuming they figure out who each other is in real life. Because I don't know if they go to the same school or they're in the same town or something, but I have a feeling though I'm gonna like want to read this, even though I said I would wait till the end. So we'll see, I don't know. And this one has, I don't know if it's like instant messages or like text messages, but it has some different formats, so I feel like that would be good for a readathon because it would make it go quicker. So yeah. And then I figured real quick I would just show you my reading journal spread. So we have over here all of the challenges with what I plan to read, and don't mind that because I need to update that with behind closed doors. This was my list of possible reads so that when I went to the library I could see what they had. This is for when I finish it, I'll put the star rating. And then over here, I've seen a lot of people doing this chart on BookTube, and I decided to do it in my journal and see how that goes. And you just shade in, you know, if you read 50 pages, you shade in that box. If you read 100 pages on Monday, you shade in that box, and so forth. So that is my TBR. Let me know what you plan to read, and come find me on the Reading Rush website, and let's be friends. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.